Okay, let me try this again. The air pollution. I hate wasting time. So when I get it wasted, I'm like, oh, a little frustrated. Alright, so this is the air pollution in the Belarus, Germany. Noticed in Ukraine, the air quality has been decreasing. And that's also by a waterway. So I'm finding there's a common factor, really. Look at the numbers, the PM numbers. And along the waterways, this is 143, 150, 150. So the darker red ones are the PM. So let me take this down. The higher PMs gives us, a very unhealthy, hazardous air. Okay, let's close this down. Over in China, the air quality's been so bad there, Hong Kong and all areas like that. Gosh, them guys, they don't get a fresh breath of air by any means. Okay, this is not moving the way that... My bad. Okay, so Kazakhstan. Also by a waterway. Tian Shan. And that comes out the river. And Dushanbe U.S. Embassy, Tajikistan. Very unhealthy. They'd reroute waterways, which I didn't know that. Art Center, Aksu. That's hazardous. So if you actually go in, we can see, if there would be any residents in the area. And this does not look like anywhere that people would really reside. But I'm sure there are some peoples in them areas. Nevertheless, but this bad air quality, the 999, 999, that is following a waterway. That's a waterway there. So I found that interesting. Like 438 right here. Been up and down pretty much for the last 48 hours. It shows that it's been hazardous completely. It went to very unhealthy, but for 3 hours. But the last 48, as you can see, so now I've learned that we can learn that those are by the hours. So the PM10 and 2.5 has been pretty high. So let's look at this. Over here, these guys, how do they breathe? 999, 999, 999. Now, what's even more disturbing about this, and they're all by waterways. Well, there's a specific reason why that's concerning to me. As you can see. The thing about this is, this has to be a residential area. And you see there's a body of water there. I don't know, that looks like the river cuts off. Is it a dam? I don't know. Can't answer that. But let's go in. You don't know what that is. Maybe it's a dam. But needless to say, the air quality is horrible there. Alright, so I'm in the States. I've been paying attention to this for some time. They've always had bad air quality over here, but I have to admit, I have seen it get worse. You go through some of my old videos, and just see the difference. I'll probably have to pull that up one day so we could take a look at it. You know, something that I showed over a year ago, what it looks like today. So the weather station in Xinyang is 415, hazardous. PM 2.5 is high, and the PM 10. The PM 10 is showing the hazard. So these are all residential areas. So that's concerning. And we know there's volcanic areas in there too. So is in this region. There's volcanic area, which is, we'll go back because maybe I can. There we go. So right here, Stromboli and Etna, they are currently active. As I said, this is a current day report, 3/16, and I'll have it posted. So there is all the currently erupting volcanoes. Now, I showed the air quality earlier, and I want to just look at it really quick, and then we'll go back to the one that we see. So we see this is the air quality in the states along the New Mexico, Waco, Texas, and then in Mexico. And these are volcanic areas too. We can see that because here it shows us. And it looks like we're pretty much still on the same track. The U.S. has seen a decrease in air quality. I can just tell you for a fact it has since I began looking at this. South Valley, New Mexico, 294, very unhealthy. Anthony, New Mexico, 999, it's hazardous. So if you're experiencing, getting sick for no reason, trouble breathing and things like that, you also should be questioning your air quality if you are in these areas. West Mesa, New Mexico, 549, it's hazardous. Santa Teresa, New Mexico, it's hazardous. Desert View, New Mexico, hazardous. El Paso, Chamizal, El Paso, Texas, very healthy. So El Paso, just right over the border there. Let me look. New Mexico, Holman Road, New Mexico. Okay, my bad. West Mesa. Yeah, El Paso, Texas. Socorro, Hueco. So that region, Waco, Texas showed that it was in a bad state too. Now, again, this wasn't listed a minute ago. Chaparro, New Mexico. I shouldn't say that. What I should say is I didn't see it. Because I can't say it wasn't listed. I didn't see it. Okay, so pay attention. And I was in this region. But, okay, right here. So as you can see, okay, the El Paso, Texas. So what is this here? So this is in a residential area, that's for sure. And this is Chamizal National Memorial, right off the highway. I wonder what's going on there. Pretty much been up and down all day. The PM10 has been worse than the PM2.5. Actually, but that's not even registering all the way. Let's take a look at that. And why? Huh. No data. In O2, there's no data there. SO2, no data. CO, no data, no data, no data, no data. Only partial data. What's that about? The PM10, the highest has been 276. Desert View, New Mexico, 454 is hazardous. El Paso, Texas, 276. We've definitely seen a decline right here on the border, Anthony, New Mexico. It's hazardous. Let's come in a little bit. And as you can see, look at that. On the waterway again. Right off of it. White Sands National Monument over by Fort Bliss. Las Cruces. Air quality 549. 549. These monitors are about the equal distance from the waterway. We've seen a decrease in the air quality for sure in America over the last 2 years. I will have to pull some old videos and show some of the different phases of the air quality and some old pictures if I haven't erased them all. I've not been very good at renaming them and keeping a folder for them. Just don't have that much storage space to be able to do that. So the air quality has definitely decreased, but it's still saying that it's, good and moderate in areas like Los Angeles, Long Beach, San Diego, Tijuana. If you go north, same thing. Now, there has been some ups and downs though, because Rio Vista right here, as you can see, it goes back, that was as far back as October, but all of a sudden the data just, there we go, August, October. Of course, there was a bunch of fires in that area. Same there, San Pablo, Rum Real, Contra Costa, California, 63, it is moderate for the time being, so let's look at a couple more areas where there are earthquakes coming out of. If we take a look at the earthquake monitor, just to witness. See, those are where all the earthquakes are. That's where the volcanic area is too. Where all that bad air quality is at as well. And then where the air quality is starting to decrease, look at the line. Is there a correlation? I'm not a scientist. I can't say that I can answer that question, but I can say that I've had a reason to become concerned. As I see it, that very reason that caused me to be concerned to want to start monitoring the air quality has kept me looking at the air quality, and now I can say way over a year later that the air quality has changed. It has dramatically decreased in the U.S. Even though it's still at, good and moderate, and there's only a few places popping up with 302, 152, 999, 120 something, those things. Even though it's only a few places, all of this region was, the Midwestern region of the United States was not looking this way. There was an area north in Illinois about a year ago that was concerning me. That has since stopped and has since spread out. I'll have to find an old video and bring it up. I'll write them out, guys.